All right, I'm going to get into what not to ask in an interview. I know there's a whole lot of gray area in a whole lot of these questions, and I just want to help make sure we stay as far as we can away from any of that gray area and not open ourselves up to liability in any way. And more importantly, not to discriminate. So in the US, the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, the EEOA, that prohibits discrimination based on specific things: race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, age, or genetics. So you can't ask questions that might lead to any discrimination or even the appearance of discrimination. And most countries will have some kind of similar law. So that sounds easy to avoid asking those questions. But when you're having a conversation with someone that you're meeting for the first time, I mean, it just seems, it seems natural to ask about things like their family. So let me give you some examples. First of all, age. You can't ask, how old are you? You can't even ask something like what year they graduated from high school, because because that could be a leading question of, so that you can extrapolate from that how old they are. Now, if there's some kind of age requirement, like for driving a truck, you can ask, are you over the age of 18, or whatever that bar is they need to be. So for example, for us, since there's a big difference in insurance costs for drivers under 24, we usually don't hire an under 24 person as a driver. So we could ask, are you over the age of 24? So race, ethnicity, or color, you can't ask if English is their native language, but you can ask what languages they speak or read or write. Country of origin. So you wouldn't ask, where are you from? Or where'd you grow up? Or anything like that. But you can ask if they're eligible to work in the US. So again, that means you wouldn't ask something like where you're born, or did you grow up in San Antonio, or whatever it is. Religion. Okay, this is a sticky one, because there are a lot of seemingly innocent questions that could be considered a probe into religion. For example, you don't want to ask if they can work on weekends, or if they belong to any social organizations, because those could be considered leading questions to try to find out if they go to church, or if you can glean something along those lines by the organizations that they're a part of. So only ask questions that directly pertain to the job. So you could say, our normal schedule is Monday through Friday and some occasional Saturdays. And then it's up to them to decide if they're still interested based on that. Or if you take jobs on Sunday, then you would say, we occasionally take jobs on Sunday. Are you still interested in the job? You could ask it in that way. But try not to work on the weekend. Just don't. That's why you're your own boss, is so you don't have, so you can control that. Okay, gender, sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity. So an example here would be, you wouldn't say, we've always had a man or a woman for this job. Do you think you can do it as well? So you want to avoid anything like that. Disability. So don't ask if they have previous workman's comp claims, or if they've had surgeries, or if they have a disability. Instead, you got to focus your questions on their ability to meet the requirements of the job. So for example, we usually say, this job is very physically demanding. Are you able to be on your feet all day and able to lift 30 pounds on a regular basis? So just questions that are specific to the requirements of the job. Family status. Don't ask if they have kids or who they live with or anything like that. And this is a hard one because, again, those are natural questions that we ask someone that we're trying to get to know. In any normal social situation, we would ask about somebody's family, but this is not a normal social situation. Pregnancy is also it's also protected as a disability, so you can't ask about that. Their salary history. In some states, you can't go there. So it's best to just simply state the salary range for the position you're offering and then ask if they're still interested in the job.